Boom, welcome back to the TNEC cast, episode 53. We are debating if we're going to stop doing that because every time we talk before the show, we're like, what
Hmm.
episode are we on? But, I'm your boy, Shuff, with the man, the weapon K. And like I always say, we are the TNEC cast. Thank you for tuning in, tapping in. Like I said, episode 53. And, like we always say, like, comment, subscribe. We're gonna keep on riding, and the feedback we've been getting is tremendous. So we appreciate everybody that's been tuning in and tapping in. Mr. Weapon K, a few weeks into prep, how we feeling?
Same old, same old. You know what I mean? Life is great. I'm looking, pretty all right. I'm pretty impressed with myself. Um, yeah. Hey, taking it day by day, week by week. That's one thing that I learned about prep. Is just like take your time, bro.
Mm-hmm.
No need to rush into hell. So today we're gonna be talking about having a training partner or a workout partner, or really someone to hold you accountable. The pros, the cons. We have a different view on this, different perspective on this, so this is going to be a good one. So, Isaac, what are the pros of having a workout partner?
So I'm gonna tell a quick story, which is gonna lead into why we, did this topic. So I recently had the opportunity to work out with Rich Gaspari. So those of you that are watching this that are in the bodybuilding, Rich is a legend in the sport. I have be sponsored by his nutrition company. So getting to work out with him, who is a legend in our sport, first Arnold Classic winner, the person he was runner up to at Olympia, Lee Haney. So Lee Haney, arguably the best bodybuilder ever. So it's not like he got second place to just some anybody. But anyway, so I got to work out with him and got to see his even at an advanced age, could see his intensity, his dedication, all those different things. It helped. It made me work out a little bit. Just that I'm already intense. Just that little bit more. You dig a little bit deeper to find that you got a little bit more just to to give. So with that being said, that's one of the pros of having a workout partner, whether they're there to help spot you so you can try, a more difficult weight, whether they are there to help push you, to get those last, well, really, what you would have only done two more reps, they might get you to do seven more reps because they're just like, come on, push, push. They're able to help you so you don't have to have that fear of possibly getting injured, or I mean that's really the big thing. Or I mean, let's be real, or getting embarrassed. You're trying to do something that falls and ding, 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 and
Yep.
everybody. I had it happen to me before. So, but I mean, and then the other thing is, I do believe that does help you become more intense. But the key is, and I don't want to steal too much of K's thunder because he's definitely pro workout partner. Um, you got to find somebody that is a similar skill level and a similar intensity level as you.
Hmm.
Because if you are the higher intensity, higher skill, you either find yourself having to coach train during your session, or you constantly having to pick that person up. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm all for helping your friend, you're helping your person, whatever. But if you're constantly doing this and y'all not both doing that,
Hmm.
that can definitely hurt. But those are some of the big pros of to me of having a workout slash training partner. So okay, since you are very pro workout partner, especially the in the conversation, was kind of funny the way you said
Hmm.
it. So let's hear your thoughts on it.
Um, I have a training partner, in my opinion. Don't let any of my other training partners hear this. He's probably like my best training partner I ever had. Why? Because he already stepped on stage. You know what I mean? He did one show, so he knows what it takes. We both have the same training philosophy, which is huge. We both have this, like, I want to say similar goal, but he understands the sacrifice to get to the goal. So he brings the intensity, just as if he's in prep right now. And also, looking at my logbook, the numbers can't be intimidating. Like, man, I did what last week? I'm supposed to beat that? And he was like, all right, let's go. Let's dig in. Let's do it. And let's be completely real and raw. It's just like he can call my bitch, and I can call his bitch. But hey, man, we got way more in the tank right here. Let's go. hunker down. Whenever you're by yourself, you really don't have that. It's just like, oh no, I didn't get a PR this one time. It's easy to do that. Are you supposed to? No, of course not. But it's easier. It's just like doing like online classes, right? You can kind of do homework whenever and stuff like that. But whenever a teacher's in front of you, you have to explain like I didn't do my homework yesterday. It's just like ooh, it stings a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the biggest one is just like you have to at least have I want to have similar knowledge, but like a similar path, similar experience. That's a little bit better rather than just like I worked out with my wife for a while. I think about a year, and it was cool, but I wouldn't have her spot me. It was like safety, right?
So real quick, when you say you worked out with her, did you guys were you just at the gym together, or you were doing the
No,
same?
we were training.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we were getting after. I think she was for the Show of Champions prep. I think I trained with her at Show of Champions. Or probably like some off season. I don't know. But yeah, we're training, doing the same exercises. She was just following my lead and stuff like that, which is cool. It's great. We had the greatest time in there. You know what I mean? Same thing where I would call her and be like, you got more. You got more. But also it goes back to safety. You have to have when you have, let's say, 400 pounds on the hack squat, somebody got to help you out the hole,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Mm-hmm.
So you work out alone.
Oh yeah.
Why? Is it just because you don't know anybody that can bring it? Or is it just, I'd rather not?
So I use an example. So right. So I'll stay on our team. So we have Courtney and Darius. They're both here in Dallas.
Mm.
So if I really should try, like there's a few I know enough people here that are just in the sport. Forget the people that I know that are in the sport that I could, if I really wanted to, I could kind of okay, let's align the schedules and make it happen. But I just prefer training alone because especially now that I don't really, well, not really, I don't run anymore. Headphones on, I'm laser focused, and it's kind of like my time to zone out, and I'm just about the work.
Mm.
So I don't have to worry about talking to somebody else. I don't have to worry about helping somebody else. I mean, I'm just going to be real. I can be very selfish at that point
Mm.
because most of my day is spent giving pieces of me away.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty freaking profound.
Yeah, bro.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I just got kind of hit me a little bit. So that's, a time that actually can, really is just about me get the work done.
Mm-hmm.
And and there's some drawbacks to it. Don't get me wrong. Like, we were talking about, especially on push days, there are times where I want to, go heavier on dumbbell bench press. There's times I want to go heavier on the regular bench press, on shoulder press. Overhead press, you don't really, I mean, you can have a spot, like I'm talking about the actual overhead press with the bar, but, push day, that's the day sometimes like, damn. And then everyone, see, this is the problem. So I asked somebody at the gym to come spot me and they want to talk for 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I'm trying to get this. I mean, when I say I'm trying to get in and get out, that doesn't mean I'm trying to rush my workout, but I want to keep that intensity level high,
Mm-hmm.
you know? And when I'm by myself, I'm just very self-reliant, you know what I mean? So I'm just very like, I'm getting through this. I just want to, that's why I work out when I do. I work out during the day. When the gym, I can, because, when I was working out at the dungeon, I mean, the dungeon was always clear. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, now that the world's back open, when I'm working out, at the gym, I get in and get out, when I do my actual lift versus some of my accessory stuff. So I'm just one of those people, man. Like I'm a true introvert, man. I really like to be alone and do things like that. I mean, well, actually, I'm a high function introvert because I could be around people and I'm fine, but I need that time to recharge.
Yep.
That's what people don't realize when I'm doing all that. They see me spinning around. Like you don't realize I need a day or two of peace and a day or two to be
Mm-hmm.
left alone. So then that way, it's like I got to recharge. I didn't gave my social battery, gave my
Yep.
social battery. But it's just one of those things. And then the thing is, if you're gonna train alone, this is like something that you have to think about. If you now, granted, people train alone for a lot of different reasons, and I'll probably say most people do train alone. but you got to remember, you have to be able to hold yourself accountable. I'll give you a great example. So today, right, I was doing incline dumbbell flies. I haven't done that in so long.
Mm-hmm.
So I started with a slightly lighter weight, and I ended up I was doing four sets, and I kept pushing myself and going up and up and up and up and up and up. You know what I'm saying? Whereas some people won't push. They'll just say, "Oh, I'm good right here," and I've done that before.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where it kind of like how you say, "Call your bitch." That's why I'm like, no, 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 no. You can go more. Give more, but you have to be able to do that. If you don't have the ability to do that, you may need a workout partner or somebody to get started. So now I'll go to the kind of like to the other side of it. Some of the cons. You know, I know a lot of people that I've coached, that I've talked to, that relied too much on a workout partner. Oh, such and such is sick, so now you ain't gonna go to the gym.
Yeah.
So that codependency starts to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other thing is you start to feel bad that you're passing that person up. It's because then that happens. Like, what do you do when you outgrow your workout partner? Because you touched on it. You need your goals and you got to, and don't got to be exactly like lock in step, but you got to be walking towards the same area at least.
Yep.
A bodybuilder and a marathon runner can't train together just because we're doing two totally different things.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas if whatchamacallit, like two bodybuilders or a bodybuilder and a power lifter could work out together. It's just that the bodybuilder is going to do 3 sets before the bodybuilder
The
before the power
powerlifter does
lifter.
what, dog?
And so but that's those things are a little bit more in line because, and there's a lot of people in our sport happen to be power lifters too. So, but that's one of the things you got to watch out for. And the other thing is you got to match intensities. Now, be careful because you want to match high intensity, pushing and driving. You don't want that, again, how we talked about the codependency. You don't want that lazy joker that's with you because eventually, because you're going to be pulling because you keep pulling them. Eventually, either you're going to pull them up or they're going to pull you down. There's really not a middle ground unless you separate. So you have to really, really, really be mindful of that because I see that happen all the time. You'll see somebody, you just, because how if you go to the same gym, you kind of just notice people and everything like that. And I've seen somebody that had a not quite as good physique and somebody that had the better physique. And then that other person, their physique starts to go down and not be as good because they haven't been doing what they were supposed to do. It's like when they talk about in sports, playing down to your competition, you're clearly the better team. Instead of beating them by 20, you beat them by 2.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of different things. So there's no, look, at the end of the day, it's about what works best for you. But if I guess the talking point is for the newer people, whether you're a new bodybuilder, whether you're just your first time getting into lifting, working out with a training partner, there's nothing. Well, I should say nothing wrong with it. That's like an oxymoron to what I was saying. When you first get started and you choose to have a workout partner, that doesn't mean that your head and shoulders going to have an advantage over everybody. And the same thing to be said about if you go in by yourself, headphones on, hoodie on. I see these kids be cracking me up. They got the hoodie on, got all the dark sport, everything,
Yep.
and then they'll be bigger than me, and they go dumbbell bench press the 20s. I'm like, come on, guy, you don't need to do all this. Just do your work. But what I'm saying is you have to just be mindful, have a plan, understand, and talk to the person, man. It's just like dating. Talk to that person. You found somebody that was smart. You was like, hey, I need to get with somebody that goes on the stage too, so they understand, when we're talking about the same things. Because, for example, y'all might be working out. He may be in a surplus and you may be in your deficit. So that extra, when you give it that extra, that's really all you got. Whereas in a surplus, we can dig a little bit deeper. So when you were looking for you can kind of take a step back, say, one, were you looking for a workout partner, and then take us through that process, and then like what you were looking for, things like that.
So, I posted on Instagram. I was like, anybody in San Antonio want to get after it?
Remember that?
Yeah. And my homie from Chicago actually hit me up and was like, "Yeah, man, I'm in San Antonio. I moved down here like junior year and stuff like that." And then I was like, "Yeah, for sure. You know, I train at this like little low key gym and stuff." Came down first session. We're talking about Dorian because we both have like similar. We look at Dorian's like his blueprint, his training programs, and be like, okay, this is something that I want to follow, right? And we both brought the intensity and was like, all right, cool. What time you coming tomorrow? What time you want to meet here every day? Right? And so it was more so like philosophy. And obviously we don't agree on everything, but you have to find someone that is sick as you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? And be like, yeah, let's take it there. Let's take it there and see what happens. And not just like, I don't know, man. Let's be safe. You know? And also have that trust to actually take it there.
Mm-hmm.
To throw in the weight and being like, listen, if I can't get up, I'm gonna get buried without you. Like, I need your help. Also, it's a competition too. And that's just like, just dudes in general, man. He's just like, how many did you hit? 12? All right, cool. He's going to hit 15. And it's like, all right, cool, cool, cool. Next set, bury him. Next set, he might bury me. And it's just constant, just grind against each other. Because that's just what, just, I don't know,
That's what
homies do. You
competition
know what I
does.
mean? It's just like what
That
homies do.
that's what like competition breeds success.
Mm-hmm.
These sometimes people like will see like these very talented teams and it doesn't matter the sport. Imagine what those practices are like. Like really think about that. Like,
Yeah.
you would think with this Lakers team, I love LeBron, but I'm not going to use them. But think about like, the '90s Bulls or
Yeah.
the early mid 2000 Lakers, and just these teams shoot most recently like the Rams now,
Mm.
like or now. I mean, you go to our sport, you think about some of these teams that have a lot of shit. Look at our team, that we do a team workout. There's going to be a lot of okay. They won this. They won this. We're doing this. We're doing this. Okay, so I say this, I say that to say that competition is what breeds success, because now what you're doing in the gym and who you're working against might be those people might be better than who you're going to compete against next.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So you're getting more work here than you are during the game. And that's the mentality. So that's what when you said, that's why I wanted to kind of hop in, because it's very important for us to train at a high level, because you can be outworked very easily
Mm.
and not even know it, because you think you are going hard, and then you go work out with one of your friends or one of your peers, and you realize, oh my God, I thought I was going at worst case scenario 90%, and I was really only going 60%. That's a scary thought.
And
That's a
it's also like whenever I hear people say chasing the pump, I really don't understand that, right? Because you talk about how like, because the goal is, because you really can't outwork anyone in bodybuilding, right? You can if you like stick to the more consistent to the diet, like stuff like that. But truly, like, if you're stronger than me, but I beat you, like you sure you maybe outworked me, but I was just more efficient,
mm-hmm.
or I just have better genetics. So there's really no outworking, right? So whenever it's just like, I like to think about it as like outworking your potential of chasing those PRs. Chasing that 20 rep PR, the 15 rep PR, the 5 rep PR. It's chase. So that's you. You last session, last push session. That's you beating you. And if you continuously beat you, then you're gonna be light years ahead of everyone, just focusing on other people, because you play down to your competition. Because you have to think like, what if like Ronnie was just like, oh, let's look at the field, right?
Mm-hmm.
I have to train harder than Dorian.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think he would have been as successful, or maybe because he just loves it, he just want to go in there and go
Mm-hmm.
and play to and run his own race, stay in his own lane, and become that 300-pound monster that we all know Ronnie to be.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's really interesting, like when you think about it, like, because then you start to go, what drives people?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? because we've seen it before. There are people that get to the top of the mountain, but they can't stay there. And don't get me wrong, we know, well, theoretically, we know what it takes to get to the top of the mountain. But then you got everybody is chasing you, literally everybody. Like, so not everybody that lifts weights wants to be a bodybuilder, but technically, everybody that's like 20 and under that picks up a basketball is chasing to be the best player. So you have millions of people that are chasing you. You know what I mean? In our sport, you win a show, you win a this, you do whatever you do, you still have probably thousands, hundreds of thousands of people that are touching that weight thinking, I got to beat this guy or I got to beat that girl. You know what I mean? So what does that do to you? Does that make you work harder, or do you get well, I already beat him, so now, staying on top of the mountain is hard. It's hard when you fighting from all fronts now. You're not just going, you don't got the laser focus. I just got to get up the hill faster than everybody else. You now have to make sure you're fighting on different fronts. So now, to bring it back to what we're talking about, does having a workout partner, like, so let's just say you've been training for yourself 5 years, right? And you keep just get just close enough, or you just haven't hit your like kind of like final goal. That workout partner may be what brings that one little thing out of you. You thought you were training intense just because you're sore, you're sweating, all these different things, but then you realize, damn, I wasn't training intense. They may show you different things. There's a lot of different, things, but you got to understand what drives you. Because there's a lot of people that say they want to do great, they want to be the best, they want to do all this stuff, but they're not willing to attempt new things when they see what they're doing isn't working. And that's Coach Isaac talking right there. Because I have you like, oh, well, I did this. I'm like, well, how far did that get you? Yeah. Hate to sound like a jerk, but same reason why. Like, I'll go personal experience. I got myself to pro. You know what I'm saying? And I wasn't even saying I was beating my head, but I was like, look, Mr. Olympia has a coach. Why should I not have a coach? I just need to find the right person. You know what I mean? And, in James, I found the right person. And it all comes down to, do you really want it? Like, for me, if I figured that having a workout partner was that last thing, like, I don't want to say it out loud, but if I don't hit certain metrics this year, that's something I'll be willing to explore any and all things. You know what I mean? Because I got a goal I need to hit this year. It's a very singular goal. One thing. There's only one thing as an athlete I need to do this year. That's it. I know what it is. It's not an one thing. I have 4, possibly 5 opportunities to do it this year. So if, for whatever reason, if I got to go back to the drawing board, whatever, I will. But I'm willing to. You know what I mean? Because I want it that bad. I want it so bad that I need it. And that's the thing. Like, then with you got to have a workout partner that understands that understands, hey, we can't be joking around. You think about as close as we are, we didn't really joke. Like, when we worked out at Destination.
No.
I mean, we was hitting it. We joked around after. Dell's cheeseburgers. You know what I'm saying?
What's the name of that joint?
Dell's.
Dell's? Yeah, I'm like, go back there.
Yeah.
After Europa.
Yeah.
That was solid.
You dropped the hint.
It's like, hey, bro, I'm coming, dog. Hey, that's the only thing. I'll be there. Whoever's be there is gonna be there. I'll be there.
Yeah, there we go. But yeah, that's what it comes down to. You gotta, because, like, for example, right? Don't look at that person that you think they're bigger than you or they're whatever. They may just have been working out for 20 years. So that's just they may not have good form, like they may not know, but they just been doing it for so long that the accumulation of being in the gym for 20 years, averaging, 5 to 6 days a week, you do that for a long enough time, whether you're doing it right or you're doing it wrong,
you're going to have something.
You know what I mean? So it's like an interview, man, especially if you, like, look, if you're just doing it to kind of, this is the one thing I was like, don't rely on somebody else for your motivation. That's what scares me when it comes to work. When I hear people, oh, I need to find a workout partner. And you see somebody post that, I'm just like, oh, Jesus, here we go. You just find somebody else to co-sign your mess.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Please don't. You want to find a workout partner, find somebody with similar goals, find somebody. It doesn't necessarily have to be a similar level per se, but the thing is, you don't want to get discouraged. Don't, you as a newbie, don't come and get with somebody that's been lifting for 10 years to be like your big time training partner, because you may get discouraged when you see them easily. Your weight is just your max. That might not even be their warm up. And that can discourage you, especially. I do think it happens with ladies, but guys, I know that's an ego, man. You won't walk away.
I feel like I need stuff like that, man. Like, go ahead and take that pin out and put it somewhere else, dog. I dare you, dog. I'm about to crush you. Give me 6 months. I'm going to crush you.
See, but you got the dog in you. Not everybody got the dog in them. Yeah. That's the thing, man. Like, there's people. I see that. I don't get jealous. I don't get mad. I'm like, oh, shit. Okay. All right. You show me there's another level. Okay. Time to work harder. I'll do better. But again, I know if I do something more than you or you do something more than me, I know the other one that's down is trying to get up. And then, the other one's trying to help you up. So that's what you need to find in a partner. For y'all listening, breaking I guess in this situation, the third wall, but that's what you guys got to understand. You got to find that partner. It's easy for somebody to say this, that, and the third, but look at them. Look at what they've done recently. Are they out of shape because they got injured and they're retired, or are they out of shape because they are lazy? And I know the participation trophy mafia is going, shut up. We're just being honest right now. You know what I mean? You gotta call a spade, because if you don't go find somebody to co-sign your mess, just don't do that. Find somebody. And then the other thing is, don't take somebody down that you see is on a trajectory of up. Don't come down, be like an Eeyore. Don't bring them down. Don't do that. That's selfish. That is extremely selfish. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to get better, cool, but you got to be willing to work. You match them. Don't you going with somebody that's a few levels above you. Start going to go above your pay grade. If you at work and you get called in to that project that they never let first or second year people on, are you going to go in there or are you going to go in there and believe until you achieve? You're going to try to do what you need to do. Are you going to go from wearing a t-shirt, at the office, because people over there wear the t-shirt, but everybody in that room wears the suit and tie? Are you going to put the suit and tie on to raise your level? Or are you going to go in there in the t-shirt and not be taken serious? And just as soon as you had that opportunity, you're going to turn your ass back around and say, go back to the slums. Mm-hmm. That's the same thing with the working out. If you have the opportunity, I had the opportunity to work out with a legend. I'm working out with, Leland, IBB pro. I'm working out with these guys and doing I was working out with them. It wasn't that I needed to hang, but what I'm saying is I didn't go, let me go do these lower weights so I don't embarrass myself. I was doing what they was doing and doing just fine. And sometimes moving up in weight. Move up. You got a chance to go to the next level. Why waste it? This is why I say luck does not exist. Because a lot of people say, oh, you were lucky you got to work out with Rich. No, I was prepared. Because I didn't feel, I'm going to be full disclosure. I was sitting in the car, didn't feel like getting out the car. I was tired. Because it was just later than I normally worked out, all these different things. I was like, man, imagine if I would have turned around and left. Say, hey, times didn't work out. I wouldn't have had that opportunity. Opportunity plus preparation, that is luck. So now I'm leveling up. That's what the same thing with your working out is. If you have the opportunity, one, to have a solid workout partner, are you going to waste it? Are you going to be that? Are you going to be the one that's always late? Then when you're late, you sitting there, you walking, you cracking jokes instead of actually getting to work. You got to hold yourself accountable too. So don't sit there and be the one, put this ad up. Oh, come work out with me. I want to do this. Boop, 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 boop. And then you not doing nothing. but you wanted to hold all these people to all this high standard and all this stuff, but you ain't doing nothing.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Hold yourself accountable. Because imagine, okay, he gets with his guy. He's been somebody that's been on stage and all this stuff, and then he's sitting there half-assing it and loafing it, and he's gonna be like, man, go back over to where you came from. I know I tell somebody that point blank period. Just like because most of my time when I work out with somebody, it's gonna be one of my clients. I'm pushing them. Now, granted, they pay me to push them, but I'm pushing them. Like, come on, let's go. So I'll give you this. So Travis, I was working out with him, and we were doing because I wrote the workout. So I was okay. I'll do this workout with you because I know it's a good workout. And he was telling me, man, it's a different level of intensity because I wasn't like, I mean, I was coaching him and training him and teaching him and everything like that, but we're still going. We're still getting after. It wasn't a bunch of, hey man, so how was your day? I mean, asking that before and after, but when we're in the, it's go time. Yeah, I don't know why I went off, but haven't been that in a
So I
while.
want to touch on something. Excuse the wrench, dog. I was
I know what
building. I don't know. I like to like hold stuff whenever I'm doing this. It was like a marker or whatever. I built something. I forgot what it was. I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, back whenever I was deployed and I was training with my homie Bron, it was like dead ass the entire time because I was with him 24/7. He lived like in the tent next door. It was just like there was no talking. It was right here. Like 2, 1. Like, you ready? You ready to pull the trigger? You ready? All right, cool. And there was no talking. Zero. Headphones on. He's a goofy guy, so he's talking to other people. But me, I'm in prep. I'm hungry. I got my headphones on. I'm in the zone, right? And then I started scorching that relationship just because, like, I started to call him out. Like, bro, you better bring it. Like, the last, I think it was like 4 weeks, I was like, I can't work out with you anymore. He's too social, which is fine. Like, keep it up. But, like, I have to be extremely dead ass. I can't have, like, the people I'm working with coming over and talking to me. I can't have that. So, but yeah, that relationship, like, really, like, suffered a little bit. But I trained with him a lot afterwards, too. But with Tristan, we can still talk about business and still get the work done because we both acknowledge, like, we can turn on and turn off the switch, and it kind of makes the process a little bit more enjoyable for me. That's something that I noticed, right? I can't walk in like Dorian and just be like, you know what I mean? It's just like I have to come in and feel a little bit light. Feel a little bit light, feel cool. How you doing? How's your day, bro? Da 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 da. If there's something you need to talk about, we'll talk about the philosophy of the movement, how many past failure, like where are we going during this set, stuff like that. Like it's business, but it's a little bit more light. I'll crack a joke if I need to. You crack a joke if you need to. Hee hee ha ha ha. All right, cool. Time to bleed. Headphone on. You take that 30 seconds. You go to work. And so it's this nice balance where it's in my opinion, once again, it's way more enjoyable. But it's still business.
So let me ask you, how important is it to you? Is it for you to enjoy it? And I say that because I know you're gonna do the work regardless.
Regardless,
so,
yeah.
So how like where do you kind of like put that?
It's not that important. It's kind of like, let me think of something. It's kind of like having a cookies and cream milkshake with the cherry rather than without the cherry. It's like I can have it without it, but you throw it in there, I'm gonna eat it. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So with this, it's just like it's cooler whenever it's just like you like, how are you feeling? It's like, all right, I'm tired today. So, all right, cool. We gonna take it there today. Like, all right, cool. And then he's like, all right, before he might be like, all right, don't be a bitch this set, and I might chuckle, and then it's locked in. Rather than try to stay there the entire time. Like, I can't stay there the entire time anymore for some god-awful reason. Because, just someone might be doing something over there, and I'm like, stop it. Stop it. But yeah, like, it does make the process enjoyable. And I realized this is a big growing moment for me, is that not everyone is the same.
Mm-hmm.
Because you look at Ronnie, like if I would say like how do I work out like Ronnie. Ronnie wasn't in there pissed off and stuff like that. He had his moments, but he was just like, yeah, buddy, like wait, stuff like that, just like kind of just in his own zone, dancing, stuff like that. That's where I'm more like than Dorian, because it was just it's cool. The work got done. I won, but let's enjoy the process while we're here. Let's relish in it. Let's build relationships while we're here. You know.
No, it's funny because I've ebbed and flowed about the enjoyment piece.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because the thing is, like, you know how it is, especially, I mean, you're in prep. You're not in deep water yet, but you're in prep.
Mm-hmm.
So you definitely know what it's like to be tired and, not feeling like going,
Mm-hmm.
and stuff like that. I don't want to say I've lost my enjoyment, but it's like, it's so low on the totem pole. Like, I'm almost surprised when I enjoy it. Cause
Mm.
like, I'm so, cause now, like, I've been knocking stuff off of the list. Now, like, I feel like that one thing that I haven't done is taunting me. Okay, because I got close early on.
Mm.
I feel like I got further away, but I technically didn't. So now I'm like, I don't. I it's that crazy eyed obsession.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And there are times where I do enjoy it. Like today, now a great workout versus an enjoyable workout. That's another topic for another day because we can go on an hour talking about that. But as I say, I see the wheels turning. So
Right.
like for
It's like,
me,
what's the difference?
and yeah, that's I think that's more of a philosophical difference.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because you can have this great workout and you're hurting and you don't enjoy it because you're like, I hurt, like, and I don't ever want to feel like this again. But it was a
Ah,
great workout.
gotcha. Gotcha. Gotcha.
So you could go like that's why I say it's a philosophical thing. You know what I mean?
Depends on how
So
crazy you are.
yeah,
Really.
yeah. Because I mean, like I'm just one of those people. It's like I got to the point because when it's like what I tell clients, especially I'll leave competition clients out of it, like just as like lifestyle. I was like, you got to start working out. Has to be in that need category, in that I have to do it category versus let me go do this fun thing because fun is it's very easy to put fun on the back burner when you have to do it because it's especially the people that struggle getting to the gym for whatever reason. There are people, and I know if you, like you and me were like, wait, what? You struggle to go to the gym? How? It's like the easiest part, everything like that. But there are people that struggle to get to the gym, various reasons. So I tell them like you got to treat it like work. You got to treat it like everything else in terms of the stuff that you got to do. You got to pay